Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Ray Breezee. I do video and photography, and this video I'm actually going to be talking about my first year as a videographer and photographer. Let's talk about it. Hey guys, so I'm Ray Breezee. I'm a videographer and photographer. I want to do video and photography full time, and I'm gonna just do a quick recap of what I've learned throughout my first year as a videographer. So we're gonna break this into 4 different points, and so the first one is how much I made. The second one is what I've learned. The third one is where do I want to be. And the fourth one is milestones. What are things that I'm proud of that I did this year? All right, so the first one is how much I made my first year. So like I said, this is barely my first year. I made about 1,600. That doesn't sound like a lot, and it isn't, but it is my first year as a videographer and photographer. And so I'm actually encouraged that that's how much I did this first year, because I've been doing music before and I didn't do any money with that. I didn't make money with that, but I've been able to make money with video and photography. So my services are, the market at least needs my services. So that's a good thing. And also under this category, I also want to mention how much I spent on gear. And so in the back, I kind of have how much I spent on gear. I can show you guys that. But I can just tell you guys how much I spent. Or actually, yeah, let me just go a little bit into it, how much I spent. So I spent about $6,500. $6,500 this year. So that's kind of crazy. Most of the equipment that cost me a lot of money was my camera, my lenses, and then I just bought a drone. And then the other thing that kind of cost me a lot of money was upgrading my GPU, but it was all worth it. So let me go a little bit behind like why I bought that stuff. So the camera, I wanted a really nice camera, and some YouTubers, particularly the guy that I was working with, Curtis King, he wanted to go from 1080p videos to 4K, and so if I hadn't bought the camera, I probably wouldn't have been working for him. And so I'm glad that I ended up getting the 4K camera, because some YouTubers are wanting to scale up and they want to keep up with the rest of the content creators. And so for some people, they just need a 4K videographer. And so I was that solution. And so that's one of the main reasons I bought the camera. Or actually, my bad. That's one of the main reasons I bought the camera. But as soon as I upgraded to 4K video, the crazy thing is that 4K takes a lot of space and a lot of power for your computer. So the first thing that I was noticing as soon as I started doing 4K video is that my 4K video didn't look as nice as other YouTubers' 4K videos. And so that was kind of nuts for me. Like I'm the type of guy that likes to learn things and wants to learn why things look good, why they don't look good, why does my gear doesn't look as good as this guy's. And so one of the things that I came across was that I didn't have the display to display the 4K, even so to a natural color, so that when I edited it on that, on my old desktop, it was already in different video spectrums. But anyway, so that's one of the reasons I had to upgrade my monitor. And so I got a 4K display monitor. That thing was about like $400. And then the second thing is the videos that I was doing were about 20 minutes. And so in 4K, it took forever to export, and that's a lot for the computer to handle. And so when I was exporting videos, it was taking me anywhere between an hour, 2 hours, sometimes even 3 hours if I wanted to export it. That's including if you had used proxies for videos. And so it just took a really long time. So that's one of the things that I had to learn about upgrading to 4K video, is that it takes a lot of space and you need a more powerful computer. So I ended up buying the GPU, and that cut my time. Sometimes to do about a 20-30 minute video, it takes me an hour, which saves me a lot of time, and then I can move to the next project. And if I wanted to edit photos, meanwhile I'm exporting, I can edit some photos. And so that's one of the, like, those are the few reasons why I had to upgrade my monitor, I had to upgrade my GPU. And so that's why this year I ended up spending $6,500. So it's a lot of money. So yeah, so the next point is what I've learned. So this is gonna sound really rough to people, but people are kind of flaky. And I might be talking about the industry that I was going into. I'm a videographer from San Diego, and so I was really into the local rap scene. But for some reason, people didn't want to do videos for me. I'm not exactly sure why. Often I would charge about $300 or $400, which I don't think was a lot, but for some people, maybe that was a lot. So I didn't end up doing a lot of music videos this year, especially with my new equipment. And so I just learned that people can be really, really flaky, especially when you mention price. People want you to do stuff for free, and it's just super crazy. I was talked about doing 2 different videos, so 2 different for like weddings and stuff, but I guess I asked too much one time for one person and they changed their mind, and then another person also changed their mind when I told them the price. And so it's just, I just learned that people are flaky, but it also depends on who your client is and if they know the value or not, which is why to some extent I ended up just doing videos with this one person. Yeah, like, it's crazy, it's very competitive out there, and I just had to be better at selling myself, and that's just something that I had to learn in the long run. So we'll see how that goes next year. Right, and another question is, where do I want to be? So originally I wanted to do music videos, but for some, like I said, like, people don't really want to work with me, and I'm not exactly sure why. Sometimes artists be lagging wanting to do videos, and I just don't really like put up with that. And so I'm a pretty straightforward guy, and I just like to do things, and if we're gonna work on something, let's work on it, let's get it done. Like, that's my personality, and if people aren't kind of to the same speed as me, then like I just end up doing other things. But where I want to be next year is I kind of want to leave like the music scene, not completely, but focus more on real estate. And that's one of the main reasons I bought my Autel Evo. And so I'm hoping after I get my FAA license to do, well, first I had to practice with the drone, and I had to practice a couple of different shots and how to angle stuff and whatnot. So that's just all practice, and then I had to get my license. But I really want to do real estate videos because it just seems more professional and people know what they want, and yeah, like, it's just more serious. And so that's why I want to do real estate video and photography. So hopefully next year, when I look back at this video, I'll be able to be doing real estate video. So I'm excited for that. And then the last thing that I want to talk about are my milestones. And so my first milestone was that I learned video and photography from a YouTuber called Belief. And so if he ever watches this, shout out to you, man. Like, you taught me a lot about business. You've taught me so much about like ownership and a bunch of other stuff. Like, it's just crazy, man. And anytime that I talk to you, you encourage me, and I appreciate that, man. Like, I wouldn't be doing any of this stuff if it wasn't for you. And so I just thank you for everything that you taught me, and for still being a contact. If I ever need anything, I can reach out to you. So thanks, man, I appreciate it. And then also you telling me to just focus on more professional things. And so I'm definitely trying to do that. So we'll see how it goes next year. Another milestone for me was working for Curtis King. I know I've mentioned it a couple of times, but to me it's just crazy. Curtis King was the first guy who got me into music, and music led me to doing video. And so shout out to you, man. I appreciate you and everything. My favorite reel from working with Curtis was doing the documentary. If you haven't watched it, go watch the documentary. It's super dope. And the last milestone that I have was I met someone in the San Diego scene. His name is Carino. And so I just want to shout out to you, man. You encouraged me a lot to do videos. You taught me how to do like quick Instagram videos, how to like network with people. And you're just a good friend overall, man. And I'm just so happy that I got to meet you. And hopefully someday we'll work and do more stuff together. And yeah, but that pretty much wraps up the year for me. And yeah, this is more kind of like a vlog style, kind of more of a documentary, in the sense of like documenting what happened to me this year. And so as I look forward to the next year, I look forward to doing more real estate videos. I'm definitely looking forward to making more money, and yeah, and finding even better people to work with, because people want video and photography. It's just a matter of time of me finding the right clients, and I'm trying not to stay negative but stay positive. It's been really rough for me. I'm trying to stay positive, knowing that I'm gonna find people to work with, but they're out there. Just because you've dealt with clients that weren't really into it or expected you to do work for free, like, doesn't mean that those other clients are out there. They're out there, and that's just what I'm telling myself. And I'm just trying to push myself out to do that. And yeah, so that's what this video is about. It's just my first year as a videographer and photographer. Maybe you're new into video and photography. You should join the channel just so that you could see my progress, and then also that we can grow together. If you have any questions about video photography, let me know. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I appreciate you guys a lot. I hope you have a great rest of the day, and hopefully next year you get a lot more gigs. And yeah, peace out.